Universe 7 didn't really have too much struggle with the tournament and power, although the villain that they faced beforehand was pretty tough, Zamasu. And of course, they couldn't completely get rid of him. But what's next for Universe 7? We'll be covering all that and more in this finale of What If Goku Joined Raditz. Not long after the tournament, Morrow ends up escaping prison. Instead of heading to Namek right away, he does have another idea. Not too long ago, he sensed a very odd disturbance across the universe. There's a strong and dormant magical power locked away, and Morrow's plan is pretty straightforward. He wants to use this as a battery. He could go to Namek right away and wish for his youth back, but something's drawing him to this. He's not exactly sure what he's about to encounter, but he knows it can benefit him, and regardless, once he becomes strong enough to absorb anything, he'll have to face what this is anyways. So, he decides to check it out, because the power feels somewhat similar to the Grand Supreme Kai, and that worries him. It's a godly force that can harm him later on. Morrow's journey first takes him to the pits of the universe, a desolate planet in a desolate solar system in a desolate galaxy. No one would even know this place existed. For millions of light years in any direction, there's no life at all. Hell, there's not even any light reaching the place he's at. And as he gets closer and closer to the planet, he feels the energy buried deep within it. Somebody hid something away that they didn't want found, and Morrow was able to find it. Clearly it's got to be something very powerful. But on top of that, this thing is beckoning him. It wants to work alongside Morrow. It's been sending out a magical beacon, targeted at any evil magic energy it can locate, and Morrow was pretty much the only one out there that could locate it. Going to the core of the planet, Morrow finds a container locked away in another container. There's a seal on it, but it's pretty easy for him to break, and Morrow gets ready to absorb all the energy inside. As soon as he takes the lid off, he begins absorbing all the power in it. And after absorbing the energy, he's a bit surprised, knowing exactly what it is. It's been Zamasu. Beerus took him here, but Zamasu wasn't going to be locked away that easily, although now it seems like he's being absorbed completely by Morrow. Morrow finishes his snack, and he does grow a lot stronger from it. Wow, he just needs to wish for his youth back, but even as is right now, he feels powerful. Although something weird happens. He absorbed every bit of Zamasu, but as someone who is immortal, with Morrow essentially trying to destroy everything about him, Zamasu comes back from this. He's in a more shadowy form, and he's no longer the corrupt version of himself, taking on an incorporeal state. Immediately Zamasu tries to stab Morrow, and Morrow catches it. Or he tries to. His hand goes right through Zamasu, as he basically dematerializes and then rematerializes, stabbing right through Morrow's chest. Morrow tries to heal himself, and the two start fighting. Morrow wants to take more energy from Zamasu, but now he can't. He's not in a physical state at the moment. But on top of that, his body is automatically going between physical and non-physical. All that time sealed away, Zamasu was conscious. He was working on his mental state, trying to access that same thing Goku had, Ultra Instinct. Although, he's interpreted his immortality a little bit differently too. He can't be killed, so discarding that physical body won't be an issue. He can regenerate it after this fight, but basically shedding it like old skin, that's not going to be a problem for him. The two continue their battle across the dark galaxy, with Zamasu eventually coming out victorious. Morrow knew that whatever was calling him here was supposed to be a trap. He wasn't concerned because he could use it as energy, but he got a little too cocky thinking that he could handle this, when really, Zamasu had the upper hand here. And now that he's free, Zamasu could pick up where he left off. He clones himself, splitting into two, each with the same exact appearance. One of the Zamasus teleports away, going back to the future timeline, while the main one stays here, teleporting to Earth. Now, Zamasu doesn't know who's here on Earth, but regardless, he's going to finish what he started. He'll decimate this timeline, and simultaneously the future timeline, and after that, all timelines, every universe, across every timeline, will be destroyed. And from that, everything will be born anew. He'll usher in a brand new era for everything. On Earth, the first thing he encounters is Tarble and Broly. Tarble powers up, going Super Saiyan. It took a bit of time to access this, but after his first encounter with Goku and Raditz, he did try working on it, and after coming to Earth for the first time, he now has access to it fully. Although, that's not really going to do anything against Zamasu. He simply holds out a hand, and with a pretty weak blast, he completely knocks Tarble out. Broly powers up, using his full power. Now Zamasu knows that he's going to be an issue, especially because Broly's probably grown a lot stronger than before. But Broly's raw power isn't going to be able to do anything against him anyways. He's immortal after all. But he wants to get rid of Broly as quick as he can. The two briefly fight, and at the moment, Broly actually does have more power than him. But against someone who's immortal and switching between a physical and non-physical state, Broly can't really figure out a way to stop him. Tien and Krillin eventually arrive and realize what's happening. Thankfully they're prepared, ready to seal Zamasu away again, but as they look up in the sky and see him fight Broly, they then see a blade of ki pop out of Broly's back, as Zamasu stabs clean through him, and Broly drops back into base, falling down to the ground below, now dead. And Zamasu's eyes dart over towards Tien and Krillin. Quickly they try to get the Mufupa ready, but it's already too late. Red spikes of energy fall down from the sky, piercing right through them and exploding on impact. Right now they're in the middle of a city. The city's completely leveled. Tarble barely is able to make it out of here. And as he makes it to the outskirts of the city, someone else has arrived to try and help. It's Gohan. Tarble's barely conscious and he tells Gohan is bad. They can't do anything here. Tarble actually doesn't even know who they're fighting, but after Tarble describes him, he immediately recognizes it as Zamasu. Zamasu floats above the city, continuing to launch blasts down on it. He doesn't really care about savoring his time with everyone he just killed here. Goku and Raditz, on the other hand, he'll take his time with them. And same for Gohan, even though the Gohan here is different than the one who actually traveled through time. Angered and with no other choice, Gohan decides to jump in. But knowing that Broly was killed against Zamasu, he's not really too confident that he's going to win here. But he's at least got to buy some time before Zamasu destroys everything. He's clearly trying to draw out Goku and Raditz. So, Gohan just got to buy enough time for them to come here. He flies towards Zamasu. And Zamasu smiles when he sees him. Gohan, one of the people he was looking for. What, is he here to try to stop him? He knows that's fruitless, right? He's immortal. There's nothing Gohan can do. And even if they try to seal him away again, that's not going to work a second time. Plus, his aura flares up even further, showing off the same aura Goku uses in Ultra Instinct. Zamasu lets Gohan know it's completely hopeless. And Gohan looks around. There's countless casualties around them. Everything's been leveled. The bodies of Broly, Tien, and Krillin are nearby too. He has to maintain his composure. So he asks Zamasu to at least answer one thing. How did he get free? And Zamasu might as well let him know, so he explains. Gohan is a bit lost because he has no clue who Morrow is or what even happened there, but the good thing is this at least explains how he got freed, and it buys them a little bit of time. Just enough for Beerus and Whis to arrive, with Goku and Raditz in tow. The second they sense Broly power up, Goku told Whis to bring them here, and looking through Whis' staff, they could already see what happened. They're already in a pretty bad mood, especially Goku. He's trying to maintain his composure. His best friend's dead, and since Krillin already died before, he doesn't even know if he can be brought back right now. Plus, Tien and Broly are dead. At least they could be brought back with the Dragon Balls, but he's not sure what to think about with Krillin. But the worst part is, Goku doesn't even know if he can maintain his power of Ultra Instinct right now with the state of mind he's in. This will truly be a challenge for him, and Whis is interested to see how he handles it. But on top of that, Beerus is a bit concerned because he doesn't know how these two are going to deal with this guy. And Whis asks if Beerus is going to get involved, and he says he might. But if Zamasu truly is fully immortal, nothing will work, even his abilities. As he is now, he's definitely stronger than Zamasu, by a pretty large margin in fact. He could try to seal Zamasu away again, but clearly that didn't work the first time, even though it was a different method than what he uses. But even if they try it a second time, something is different about Zamasu here. It's like his body is just completely comprised of energy. Sealing him is going to be hard when he's not just one physical body. Even though Zamasu split into two, and he's not really in a physical form right now, there is just one Zamasu. But he could freely manipulate how his body is shaped and such. But Beerus does have one idea. He whispers to Whis, and then the two of them teleport away. Goku and Raditz are now caught up to speed, and they've already conversed with Zamasu a bit. Not that there's a need to exchange any more words. And Zamasu says he'll love to kill Goku a second time, just like he did in that future timeline. Goku instantly goes into Ultra Instinct, enraged at trying to keep a calm mind. He fluctuates in and out of Ultra Instinct Omen because of it, but at the very least, even if he can't get control of his emotions, he'll still utilize Omen. On the other hand, this is perfect for Raditz. A purple aura surrounds him, going into a new form that he calls Ultra Ego. The path of Ultra Instinct didn't really suit him, so this will work here. Goku and Raditz fight Zamasu together. In terms of raw strength, at the moment they do overpower him, but as the fight goes on, he continues growing and adapting. Meanwhile, in the future timeline, the other instance of Zamasu goes to Earth, and he's already encountered future Gohan, who's really the only person fighting against him there. Surprisingly enough, Gohan in this timeline is stronger than him too. He thought future Gohan would be one of the weaker ones. Not that he was particularly weak before, but compared to the two people he's fighting in the other timeline, he didn't know Gohan grew even stronger than before. So Zamasu turns up the pressure. He creates more copies of himself, making it harder for Gohan to attack him. Gohan is having a really tough time fighting him, even with a gap in power. Not to mention, the gap in power between him and Zamasu isn't too huge right now. Zamasu is able to close it pretty quickly. But the thing about future Gohan is, he's pretty persistent. He keeps getting beat down, but each time he gets back up again and again, until something snaps within him, unleashing a massive surge of ki. Zamasu's a bit shocked at first, but it's still not going to be an issue to him. Curious, he asks Gohan what this is. Gohan's unlocked something completely new here. Let's go back to the main timeline. The fight continues there. Goku and Raditz fight together with perfect synergy. Goku is able to empty his mind and he's getting a better grip on Ultra Instinct here. As for Raditz, he's really enjoying himself right now and growing stronger because of it. They throw everything they've got at Zamasu, and slowly they're getting a bit winded, but they can keep this up for a bit longer. Although they don't really know what else to do here. Again, they can't seal Zamasu away, they can't kill him, so what is it? They're kind of just trying to buy some time here, while each of them talks to each other and tries to formulate a plan. Raditz then asks Goku if maybe they should try and fuse against Zamasu because they can just get Potara earrings from the Supreme Kai. But Goku then smirks, saying they probably won't need that. They're strong enough to do this alone. What does he mean? And he tells Raditz to look closely. Zamasu is slowly taking damage. Before it was healing instantly, but now it's not. And since he's essentially made of pure energy at the moment, even when that does regenerate, it depletes his energy reserves, which means they're chipping away at his health. And that means he might not be fully immortal anymore. When Raditz mentioned the Potara earrings, it made Goku think of the Supreme Kai, and then it clicks with Raditz too. He knows where Beerus and Whis went. They went to Shin, and ironically, did the same exact thing Zamasu did. They used the time rings to travel to the future and used the Super Dragon Balls, this time removing Zamasu's immortality. And then they return here with Shin. Beerus still isn't going to step in just yet though. He wants to see how these two will handle this. Especially with Zamasu's consciousness being split across two people, it takes a bit for him to realize that in one of the battles something changed. He's no longer immortal. He still exists in two places at once and still doesn't have his physical body, but now he's not going to continuously regenerate. So Goku and Raditz decide to finish this off with one strong attack, something that will truly get rid of him for good. They won't fuse together, but they'll fuse their attacks at least. Zamasu lifts two fingers up, charging a ball of energy, throwing it down at them. Goku and Raditz stand back to back, each charging a Kamehameha. But as Raditz launches his, he shouts Hakai instead of Kamehameha, and a purple beam of energy connects with Goku's, swirling into it. It's a combo attack they practiced before, and Raditz had a simple name for it, the Hakamehameha, a Kamehameha imbued with pure destructive energy. It struggles against Zamasu's attack for a bit, but then Gohan jumps in, lending his own power to it too. Not making a massive difference here, but still allowing them to push it further and further back. And Raditz's attack continues to grow stronger and stronger as well. Then, Zamasu's attack completely vanishes, destroyed by Raditz's. Meanwhile, in the future timeline, something similar is happening. Zamasu's in a beam struggle with Gohan, now in his beast form, but Gohan is slowly starting to overpower him. In both timelines, at the exact same moment, both Zamasu's are being overpowered. Future Gohan's beam overpowers him first. It's actually a mechanical Sappo, copied right from Piccolo. It cuts right through Zamasu's attack, and then through Zamasu himself, gravely injuring him, while in the present timeline, the Hakamehameha hits him, completely destroying him as well. Not just the one here, but the Zamasu in the other timeline, since the two are connected. It is basically Zamasu spread across multiple timelines after all. Together, in each timeline, the remains of Zamasu explode and turn to dust. It's a pretty massive explosion too, because Zamasu tries to expand his energy out even more, but the Hakai targets him directly, destroying everything about him. Even without a physical body, this attack gets rid of him. Goku powers down. Glad to have won, but still, this wasn't really an ideal circumstance. But Raditz sticks out a fist, and Goku and Gohan fist bump it. Following this, Raditz suggests going to Namek because maybe they're going to have Dragon Balls there that they could use. So that's exactly what they do. They're able to revive Krillin that way, and they use another wish from Porunga to restore all the damage done on Earth. Kami's Dragon Balls revive everyone that was killed besides Krillin, and that way, everything's reversed. Future Gohan then reappears, trying to make sure that everything in this timeline's fine too, and he comes to see Zamasu attacked here at the same exact time. And then he learns how Zamasu actually died despite being immortal. He was really confused by that because he had no clue how he killed Zamasu there, but it's good to see everything's okay here. Plus, they do learn about his beast form this way too, which is particularly nice for present Gohan. And future Gohan wonders if he can get to Namek in his timeline. It might be a bit tough, and with how long everyone's been dead, he's not even sure if he should bring everyone back, but it's good to know about what happened here. Of course, no Frieza means no granola, and as for Superhero, well, I feel like that's not really going to be a problem at all. Earth has Tien, Krillin, Tarbell, and Gohan to fight here. And by the time Superhero even happens, Gohan's going to have Beast for himself. Not an issue at all. Tarbell's been trying to get stronger in order to get to Beerus' planet, and following the events of Superhero, he actually does go there, joining Goku, Raditz, and Broly. It is a pretty weird circumstance he finds himself in. These four Saiyans are the last survivors of the race, and they're very different from the Saiyans he once knew, especially his brother. It's interesting to hear how it all came to be this way, and the origins of all these Saiyans, not to mention the way Raditz and Goku actually met in the first place. Him being sent away for being weak was actually a good thing in the end. On the other hand, Broly was sent away for being too strong. Pretty opposite circumstances for these two. But either way, Tarbell hopes to grow as strong as the two brothers there. If anything, it just kind of makes him wish that he had that type of relationship with Vegeta. Maybe in another life though. And with that, we end off our story here. What'd you guys think about this story? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to see what you guys think. As usual, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really does help out the channel, and it shows me you want to see more videos like this. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.